Hello and welcome to the Ring Ramble podcast. My name is Brad.
And my name is V.
So today we're going to review Bad Blood, but was it good blood? It was actually a really good pay-per-view.
Dude, what the fuck?
We go from there. Take it away.
All right. First, Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, Naomi, the host of Bad Blood, introduced the first match, bringing down the Cell. CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre. This match begins with a stare down. Drew taking the first shot, starting this match. Nasty chops by Drew. Drew is the first to be slammed into the cage. Punk brings out a table and Drew hits Punk with the chair. It was a lot of back and forth, but Drew frequently put pressure on Punk's head with his leg and kind of kicked at his head a whole bunch. This was very important though. Drew pulled out a toolbox and started Punk got the wrench away from Drew from that toolbox and rubbed the wrench onto Drew's scalp.
He used the sharp end.
Yeah, and Drew ripped the legs off of a table, and Punk aggressively gave him the Green Goblin treatment. Literally looked like he was about to decapitate him there because there was some stuff sticking out.
Yes, there was.
And it was pretty dangerous.
Very dangerous.
Punk attempted to drive Drew's eye into the other table legs. Claymore by ringside. Drew rammed Punk into the cage face first, and the angle made it look very nasty.
It was a nasty hit.
Punk is bleeding pretty bad. He pretty much bladed, I'm pretty sure, because it was off screen. And, he hides those blades in his wraps on his arm.
That's true.
Drew stomped Punk while on the steel steps yet again, as he did previously. Drew uses the wrench on Punk's open wound. Drew got hit with the toolbox and got a really big gash on his scalp, which caused his face to be covered in blood. Punk gave the GTS to Drew, and Drew rolled to ringside as a smart move. Drew delivered another Claymore. Punk gives the sharpshooter. Drew ended up breaking this submission by grabbing a wrench and hitting Punk on the lower back at that. Punk got Drew in the Anaconda submission again. Drew attempted to hit Punk with the wrench, but Punk got it and opened Drew's gash more. Drew gave a low blow to Punk, and Punk...
that was actually after the fact. He was trying to tell him to beg for mercy.
Oh, yeah. He was asking...
He was asking
Drew to beg for mercy.
And
but
Drew started making the gesture that he was going to beg, and then boom.
Boom. Low blow.
Low blow.
And Drew brought out a sack of beads in the colors of CM Punk's dear beloved bracelet.
I thought it was going to be tax.
I know, but honestly, that ended up being better.
Yeah, it was kind of cool.
Drew was going to give a Claymore, but landed spine first onto his tailbone on the steel steps. Punk wrapped his leg around with chains for the GTS. Punk gathered beads and shoved the beads in Drew's mouth, delivering the GTS, and ends up winning. So we were both wrong. I would say I'm a quarter right because I did advocate for Punk winning because it just made sense for the sake of his first rivalry being a successful one on his end after 10 years of not being in the WWE. But in preference and bias-wise, I did pick Drew McIntyre for this one. So
right. But it was a good match.
It was a really great match.
It was a really great way to start everything.
Once it ended, once it ended, we were kind of like, what the hell is going to happen after this?
How are you going to follow up on that?
Yeah, for real. So Punk, he was collapsing on his way backstage, was administered oxygen on the ramp, mentioning how he must call his wife.
Yes, it was.
Yep, that's basically that. So
good
now
match.
on to, great match. If we had to rate it, I would give it a good old...
Oh, yeah, for sure. I would say
4.3?
I'm going to say about a 4.25.
Yeah.
I mean, storyline was there.
Mm-hmm.
There was
the action was there.
It was there.
Definitely more brutal than anything we've ever seen in a long time.
That's true. It was definitely a good match.
Mm-hmm.
4.25 makes sense to me.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right. Bayley versus Nia Jax for the Women's World Championship. Nia was rolling this whole match at the start. Let's be honest. She's been way better than how she used to be for sure. She also started doing submissions on Bayley, which is that's not anything she's ever done before, I like it because it's interesting and it shows how much she's kind of evolved as a wrestler.
Right.
Bayley kept grasping at her back, seeming like she was injured on her lower back. Bayley did do a suicide dive following that and ended up landing on her lower back, furthering the injury. Nia attempted a hurricanrana, but it didn't really work. They kept the refs kept kind of Corey Corey
They
Graves
were
were trying to gaslight us
yeah,
into
they were
thinking that
telling
that's
us
what
that
happened.
it was going on.
But that's not what happened.
Yeah.
But she followed that up with a belly to belly. Fans were chanting Tiffy time throughout this whole match. Bot's sunset flip by Bayley. Nia ended up landing on Bayley's legs during that. Bayley started limping, and Nia rammed accidentally into the steel steps, but recovered with an open palm slap to Bayley's stomach. Nia slammed Bayley into the steel steps and swung her onto the barricade, which is pretty nasty. A botched Samoan drop by Nia. Bayley gave Nia a Samoan drop, and Nia landed on the referee, which that was such a stupid spot because the ref was
She was just like sitting there on all fours, kind of like she wasn't sure what was going on or nothing. I mean, and it was a weird spot.
Well, Bayley landed a stunner in a Rose plant, and since the ref was not up, this is when Tiffany Stratton comes in, hitting Bayley.
She almost tripped.
Yeah. And she was wearing an outfit that she's ever worn before, which I'm like, damn, they didn't have a special outfit for Bad Blood, but okay.
Right.
Tiffany comes in, hitting Bayley with her briefcase. The ref has it in her hands, and Nia sees after waking up from being unconscious from the Rose plant.
She rose up like the Undertaker.
Yeah. Tiffany promises she wasn't going to be cashing in. Bayley attacks Nia, and Tiffany goes to ringside. Tiffany throws the briefcase at Bayley to distract her, and Nia gives a nasty Samoan drop in, like, bonsai, I think. I don't know what she calls her finisher, but it's basically that.
It's called the Annihilator.
Oh, is it the Annihilator?
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention. And Tiffany looking kind of strange, being a little suspicious after Nia made her... got her win. Nia seemed very angry at Tiffany and makes her way backstage. So I was right. Nia retained, and Tiffany did not cash in. Interesting that she did not cash in.
I think it's just a matter of time, I guess. But I guess like she's just so afraid, I guess, of doing it. I have no idea what she's waiting for, but I would give this one a 3.75.
Yeah, I would agree. 3.7-ish. Yeah. All right, this is probably the most disappointing match, I would say, of the night. Not because of the turnout. Well, kind of because of the turnout, but also the match itself was just kind of whatever. Surprisingly. Damien Priest versus Finn Balor. Weird to see Broly from fucking Dragon Ball plastered all over the place during a wrestling match.
Yeah.
Like, it feels surreal to me because, you know, I grew up watching Dragon Ball, and then seeing those two things together just doesn't. It was
very
feels
interesting
very
stuff.
Weird, but all right. Damien Priest was getting his babyface moment throughout this whole match. Just be honest, he was definitely getting it in the beginning. Finn was slammed into the turnbuckle very hard. The ref even had to check on him.
Yep.
Finn gave a sling blade onto ringside. Damien hit Finn hard in the face. It was so loud. There was even like spit flying, almost looked solid enough to be like teeth.
Yep.
Broken arrow by Damien. Finn engages the wombo combo, which is called the sling blade kick into the corner coup de grace.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I call it, the wombo combo.
Right, okay.
Only successfully finishing off the first part, which is the sling blade. But Damien counters the kick into the corner with a kick of his own. Educated feet, must I add. Don't forget, he has educated feet. Razor's Edge by Damien. Finn was pushed over the announce desk, and he gave a Razor's Edge to Balor on the apron. The Judgment Day show up, and JD attacked Damien. Finn does the coup de grace and nearly makes it, but Damien kicks out, surprisingly. Carlito distracting the ref. Finn gets hit in the face with a chair. Finn double stomps onto Priest's head and back. Damien catches Finn with the South of Heaven, and Priest wins. Disappointing as fuck.
Well, you forgot to mention the throw with the hip toss he did to JD out to the where JD flipped out of the ring, dude. That was incredible height.
Oh, dude, I was typing. I must have not
JD
seen it.
He went airborne on that stuff.
Shit.
But
it's kind of lame.
It was lame. Lame.
I really wanted Finn to win this one. And for anybody who watches Santi's app, I did watch his video after I made my predictions, and he also predicted Finn winning, and he said like it would just be better for the sake of story, which is exactly what I said.
Right.
But they do this, and
the baby face of Damien Priest needs to chill out.
Yeah, I'm not liking it.
It's goofy.
I really think that Judgment Day and Finn and all them could benefit. And Damien and Rhea could benefit from the Judgment Day winning or Finn winning this match because it could just carry on that rivalry some more.
I would
I
have
mean,
to.
either way, I feel like it would, but you know.
I have to give it a 3.25.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 3.2. It's not. It wasn't a bad match.
No.
It's just the ending really killed it.
Yeah,
All right, this part was not a match, but Triple H arrives to discuss the crown jewel. Crowd kind of booed, giving a mild cheer for the crown jewel. Valid reaction, honestly.
Pretty much.
The crowd over there is not that great. I'm gonna be honest. They're very
not
mild.
Really, yeah, they're very mild.
And
it's not very entertaining over there. That's for sure.
From so far from the Saudi matches I've seen, I mean they build them up to be so big, but they're quite literally nothing special. The only thing I could think of that was really special was the crowning of the first world heavyweight champion between Seth Rollins and AJ Styles at the Night of Champions.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So he announces that the reigning world champion will deface the world heavyweight champion for both men and women. Neither of the titles will be on the line, but the winner will be crowned 2024 Crown Jewel champion, revealing a new belt, fancy belt.
So it will be Cody Rhodes and Gunther.
Depending on, yeah, dude, I swear, if Sami Zayn beats Gunther and wins that,
would be Liv Morgan against
Nia
Jax.
Unless, no, there's no way. Tiffany would have to cash in on a SmackDown.
Pretty much.
Basically.
I mean, because what is it, a month away?
Yeah, so that's the next pay-per-view.
Yeah, I don't see
Liv
wrestling
Nia.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see anybody. I don't think Rhea's going to be beating her.
No, I don't think so.
So obviously it's going to be Liv Morgan. Who else would it be?
No, well, I'm saying on the end of Nia, I think
probably
Tiffany will cash in before
on Friday.
Then. Yeah, before then.
Maybe.
So
maybe
she'll cash in that SmackDown before Crown Jewel and kind of like lead her on to think that she'll be making the match. Nia would be making that match, so it'd be pretty cool. But anyways, Gunther comes out and says, what would Bad Blood be without the world heavyweight champion? He tells Triple H that the title is beautiful, and the last he was seen in Saudi Arabia, he won King of the Ring, and he's excited that in just 4 weeks the same thing will happen for the Crown Jewel title. But first he has to defend against Sami Zayn. As a future legend, he wants to spotlight the legends in the arena. Goldberg chants ensue. Gunther says Bill Goldberg basically announces him and that he's happy to meet him. He just wanted to clarify that Goldberg might have seen a few weeks ago that he considered Goldberg a childhood hero of his, but that was all a lie. He said, let's be honest, why would the best wrestler in the world be impressed with a one-trick pony like Goldberg? Gunther gives advice to Goldberg's son, says he hoped Bill is a better father than he is a pro wrestler.
Jeez.
Bill gets over the barricade. Gunther threatening Goldberg. Security attempt to push him back. Sami Zayn from behind attacks Gunther. Ugh. Sami Zayn, bro. Security.
I actually think this is more going to be pushing Goldberg to have one more match.
I'd rather take that than Sami Zayn, even after the travesty I saw in the Super Showdown.
He did say, you're next.
God. All right, security's pulling both Sami and Gunther apart, and Triple H holds Goldberg's arm up. Goldberg's music plays, and he relishes in the crowd. All right, next match. Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship. Liv and Dom arriving in a lowrider. Rhea looking gorgeous as always. You were not there, but she looked damn good, I would say that. Apparently, they're selling Dominic Mysterio toilet paper. Rhea pulled it out, and she wiped her imaginary tears with it and put it in the cage where Dominic was going to end up being.
Okay.
I have no idea why they're making that, but Rhea grabs the mic to say one more secret. Dom is afraid of heights, so raise him up all the way up.
Even though he wasn't that high.
He wasn't that high up, but
he could literally have hung himself off the ground.
We thought that Dom was gonna hang over the ring, but he's actually hanging over the aisle. So Liv hurt Rhea's knee pretty early, but then Liv completely missed clipping Rhea's leg on ringside. Dom, you suck chance. Liv gives a half crab to damage Rhea's knee some more. Dom chanting his support for Liv from the cage. Good point by Michael Cole is that Dom has spent more time behind bars so far in this match than in actual prison. Liv still attacking Rhea's leg. Sunset flip onto Rhea, who folded in half when hitting the barricade.
That was a nice move.
Great code breaker by Liv Morgan. Rhea countered the Oblivion by basically flipping. That was agile as heck. And
Very
for
nice.
her
Even
size,
though it was botched too.
it was botched.
And she still managed.
To do it. Yeah.
Very, very impressive.
The flip and slam that Liv does, that she's been doing, is dubbed the homewrecker. So she says, which is pretty funny.
Best move.
Liv gives a shimmy and a Three Amigos to Rhea, homage to Dom, which is homage to Eddie Guerrero, of course. Somehow Dom picked the lock on the cage and opened the door, but he's still pretty high up. Rhea did the yeet and frog splash onto Liv. Rhea gives a prison lock. Rhea flings Liv into the barricade left and right, laughing at Dom. Rhea gives Riptide to Liv on ringside. Dom watching in horror. Dom slipped out and was stuck hanging from a chain. Rhea asked for 1 minute to the ref to take care of...
Who obliged it.
To take care of Dom, and he's like, yep, go ahead.
Go ahead, yeah.
Okay.
You deserve it. He's like,
before she gets to Liv, she wants to, beat up Dom. So Rhea pulls out a kendo stick from under the ring. She says, "Happy birthday to me," to the camera, and starts aggressively hitting Dom. And oh boy, was I right.
Like a pinata, though. Let's just remember.
Oh, yeah.
Like a pinata.
Oh boy, was I right about this interference here. Raquel Rodriguez actually showed up.
Goodness.
Attacked Rhea, and fans booed a whole lot. Bell rang, and the match ended in a DQ.
Now, let's just clarify. They were booing. There was no shock here.
No.
They were just booing.
No one was
because they were just
oh,
oh, good Lord. No one really cared that she was there. So booing made sense.
Yeah, my dad's a Raquel hater. I'm not...
I mean, I just don't...
We're not big fans.
We're just not big fans, so that's all it is. I'm not a hater. I just kind of look at her as kind of like,
It was so funny when we went to the first show, and it was like, who's going to be that mystery? Who's going to win the Battle Royal for females? And Raquel Rodriguez made her big return after a while, and you're like, fuck, and then she ended up getting the spot for Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, Raquel handed the title over to Liv, and yep, they relished in that victory. This match, I would give it a 3.5.
Yeah, 3.5 makes sense.
It was good. It had the story. It had the action of Dom being hanging up and all that stuff.
And a new member of the Judgment Day now.
Yeah. So it seems that's what it seems.
I mean, they do need somebody that can go against Rhea. And there
that's
you go.
true. She is one of the few.
She is one of the few. So that should be interesting to see what happens on Monday Night Raw. I'm actually kind of looking forward to that, just to see if this is actually some official thing.
Yeah, if she's going to be implemented.
Yeah, if she's going to be implemented in it, then that's going to be something very interesting.
For sure. All right, main event match. The Bloodline Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu versus Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. Cody had a marching band doing his intro. Audio fuck up for Cody Rhodes, though.
Yeah, it's
for some reason, the beginning played twice. A whole ass orchestra and choir for Roman, which I was like, was that even necessary? Because you couldn't even hear the...
And some people weren't even playing.
No, that's why I said get it together, second chair. Because the second chair...
And there was a couple of the people that were singing the choir part that weren't even singing
mouthing anything, so it was sloppy, but
cool at the same time.
Cool, yeah.
Sure.
All right. Jacob Fatu is completely unaffected by Cody's hits and kicks, which is pretty much to be expected. In comes Solo and Roman. Roman and Solo end up swapping their sides. Fuck you, Solo chants. Roman was basically laughing at these chants, and then the fans were chanting OTC. Cody tags in Roman. This is after a while, obviously. And he will fight for the first time since WrestleMania. Jacob comes in after Roman and gets Solo out of the ring. From behind, Solo attacks. You can't wrestle chances Solo. Honestly, I was watching this so hard that I wasn't even typing very good. I can tell. Solo and Jacob were dominating Cody. Wishbone by Jacob and Solo, which is not
the old classic move.
You have not that's not something
an old
you see.
Move.
We want Roman chants, nasty booty hits. I don't know what you call them, but when they run.
They're called it's like a hip Like, well, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But both Jacob and Solo did it one after another onto Cody. Jacob was limping a tad bit. Jacob attacked Roman while Cody was stuck in the ring, preventing a tag. Cody gave crossroads to Jacob onto ringside. Cody splashed onto Jacob onto the announce desk, basically giving this match to Roman. Someone in a hoodie attacks Tama Tonga and Tangaloa. We were like, I don't know, could that be Zilla Fatu? But he was a little too small.
A little bit small.
So it was revealed to be Jimmy Uso.
Which was cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
It was good to see him.
Yeah, for sure.
Good to see that he chose the side he chose, which made sense. This is all kind of following
exactly what
according to some of these AI-generated WrestleMania events that people have been putting up online.
Roman spears Solo Sikoa and ends up winning this match. Jimmy is speaking to Roman, and Roman gets up, and they both hug. Cody is in the ring with his belt, and Roman eyeing the belt, basically telling Cody he wants it back. Both Jimmy and Roman exit the ring. Cody Rhodes ends up being jumped by Tama Tonga and Tangaloa, and Jimmy tells Roman that they should help him. Roman says it was a one-time thing, but Roman and Jimmy make their way to aid Cody. Roman grabbing the title and hands it to Cody. Cody places it up, and if you smell,
wow,
the Rock is cooking, and then the final boss, the Rock shows up.
Yep, the Rock shows up. Just summarizing that he is the actual tribal chief,
not Solo.
Not Solo.
Yep.
He did a weird hand gesture at the end.
Oh yeah, okay. So he was just staring for the most part.
Right, he was just staring for the most part.
Holy shit, chants were ensuing,
right.
And he signaled. Okay. I don't know if, I watched it once, so, okay, don't quote me on what, watch it for yourself. But I swear he signaled a neck cut after he did the 1, 2, 3 for the song to start.
Right.
He signaled a neck cut, and he was looking at Roman, so he's potentially threatening Roman. That's what I'm assuming. He's not on Roman's side, obviously.
SmackDown is also going to be I think SmackDown's going to be way more interesting because the whole Judgment Day Raquel Rodriguez thing is kind of like
Raquel and to the Rock. I don't know about that. That's
not
a very
really
different.
That exciting, but
yeah.
But yeah, that's going to be actually pretty cool to see if this actually kind of puts this idea here that this is going to be that match for Warzone.
War Games, bro.
Whatever.
You keep calling it War
Games.
Yeah. So would you give this match a rating of? I would give it a good old 4.
Yeah. I'd say 4. I mean, it was kind of whatever. I mean,
the match itself was okay.
The match itself, but it was just everything else.
It was a storyline, everything falling into place.
Made it really good. I mean, it was a good match. It was good to see Roman.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like he's in great shape. I mean, last time he was in WrestleMania, he was kind of on the chunkier side. He looked a lot more cut this time, so that's good to see that he's out there and he's more healthy.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, and seeing Jimmy return's cool, and then just going with here comes The Rock.
Yeah.
So now it's just really about what happens next.
I was telling Mom too when we went out earlier. I said when the whole Rock thing was going on with Cody and Rock almost taking Cody's place for WrestleMania, I was pissed. I was one of the ones who was like, what was the thing? We want Cody, the hashtag kind of thing. I mean, I wasn't posting it online, but I was definitely somebody who felt that way.
The Cody crybaby thing?
Yeah, I was a Cody crybaby.
Yes, for sure.
I was a Cody crybaby. But I told Mom that I've matured a little bit more since that happened. Yes, it sucked. It was kind of some BS if that were to actually have happened.
Sure.
But I told her that I've grown to appreciate The Rock's character more from that time because he was insanely how evil can you get?
Pretty much.
That is so hard to do, and he did it so well, and I'm really glad to see him back. I'm really happy that it went the way that it did, because otherwise, if this was me earlier in the year, I would have been like, ugh, damn it. But no, I mean, this is exciting. It's really nice to see this. I mean, this is the best thing that wrestling has going for it right now. This storyline is great, and yeah, and especially since I like the bloodline a lot more now with Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu, and I guess I'll throw Tangaloa in there since he climbed that ladder and grabbed those.
He's getting better. Stop being a hater. He's getting better.
I'm gonna make that.
He threw a couple of cool kicks in this match that he looked like it was an actual contact was being made. I mean, it's baby steps, but it's it's in the right direction. Look, he's gonna be what? He's eventually gonna beat Jey Uso for a championship.
Oh my God! No.
That's just crazy talk. That's crazy talk. That's crazy talk.
Oh my God! I can't see him as a singles champ at all. But
maybe a world heavyweight champion someday. Who knows?
Dude, he wins Money in the Bank.
Oh, that would be something. Get that guy in a ladder match again because he seems to be on top of his game.
Yeah, he's really good at climbing ladders, apparently.
Hey, that's all it takes to win the ladder
climbing
match.
ladders when someone's holding it down for him. That's for sure.
Hey, something could happen. But yeah,
well,
it was a good one. Bad Blood was cool.
Bad Blood was great. This is actually one of the better.
It was a good one.
Better pay-per-views of the year, honestly. We've had some pretty kind of lackluster ones the past couple of times.
Yeah.
SummerSlam was good, but I don't even get me started with Clash at the Castle. We'll talk about that towards the end of the year.
Sure.
Do a whole recap of the whole year's pay-per-views. But yeah, that's basically it. You guys let us know what you guys thought about the pay-per-view.
Yeah, what's your thoughts on
each match?
What's your thoughts on The Rock, and where do you think Raquel Rodriguez is gonna go?
Oh wait, we didn't even talk about certain ones with the predictions here. Well, we were wrong about the Finn Balor one.
Right, we were.
We were right about Nia Jax retaining, but I was right about the not cashing in.
Right.
Yeah, we were wrong about Finn Balor winning. Damien Priest ended up winning, of course. We were right about Liv Morgan winning. I mean, we don't need to get that specific, but we were both wrong for that last match because you said the Bloodline was going to win, and I said it was going to be a DQ. And then look what happened. Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns ended up winning.
Well,
so,
I think if I recall correctly, I was saying that they were going to win the Bloodline because I thought somebody was going to interfere in some shape or
in
form.
In
their favor. Obviously that did not happen.
No, and no Kevin Owens show appearance. I even went on it was a WWE post of Roman and Jimmy walking from the ring together, and a lot of people were commenting saying no Kevin Owens heel turn, that should have happened tonight. That's exactly what I said. I would have been the perfect time to do it.
I don't know if that's gonna happen.
It will happen. I mean, if they're teasing it this much, it's gonna happen at some point.
Maybe.
So yeah, that's basically it, you guys. Right. Yeah. Again, let us know what you guys thought. Yeah, about each match or whatever. What did you think about the pay-per-view as a whole?
Yeah, I mean, how do you feel about the Crown Jewel's new title?
Yeah.
Who do you think is going to be?
I legit thought that was going to be the women's Intercontinental or something.
Who do you think is going to be the ones going up for that title? When,
yeah. Do you think anything's going to change?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well. Yep. Bye bye, guys.
Take care.